Today we're going to break down the 5 scripts that the top closers use to close more deals and ultimately make more money. If you're new here, my name is Brent Daniels, and on this channel, we give you the tools and tactics that I'm currently using in my 7-figure wholesaling business so that you don't have to go out there and experiment and waste a bunch of time and a bunch of money. Okay, so let's dive into these scripts. All right, I want you to practice them. I want these to be so natural. I want you to feel when you are speaking to a property owner that you are so confident. You know what I mean? Remember like those old school gunslingers when they walk into the bar doors and they're just ready and they're so confident? That's how I want you to feel when property owners are throwing objections at you or asking you questions or responding to your questions. I don't want you to feel nervous and on your back foot. All right, so these 5 scripts are really going to help you open up the conversation to really understand what's going on. What is the motivation with this property owner? Not only that, but do they actually want to sell the property? Have they made the decision that they're going to sell this property, or are they just kind of looking to see what's going on in the market and hoping that you're just going to give them like a value that they can gauge whether or not they'll decide if they want to get started to someday maybe sell their property? That's not who we want to work with. We want to work with people that have made the decision. These 5 scripts will help you do that. So let's dive right in. Number 1, this one is awesome. It's almost never used. I almost never hear this. But what is important to you about the buyer for your house? And by the way, this could be house, this could be property. If you're talking about maybe a condo or townhouse or land or whatever, but I won't get into the weeds. But what's important to you about the buyer? They're gonna tell you. What if they say that they want somebody that has 10 years of experience? What if they say that they want somebody that's local? What are you gonna say if they just say, it doesn't matter to me, it's all about price? It's beautiful. It pulls out so many objections so that you know how to respond to this property owner, right? Maybe they do want somebody that's local, and you could squat up with somebody that is in that local market and be able to pull this deal together if you're working virtually. Or maybe they want somebody with a tremendous amount of experience, and you can call up the people that you met at the meetup groups or at the RIAs or online or at a conference, and you can partner on it so that you can get the deal done. But if you walk into that property and they're like, well, how much experience do you have? Show me how much experience, show me testimonials, all these other things that we're scared of them asking us when we're first getting started. If you're already prepared with somebody that can answer all those, you get that deal. Powerful, absolutely powerful. This one, oh my gosh. If you just use this on every single conversation, watch how much rapport you build with the property owner. Tell me more about that. Tell me more about that. Well, we can't sell the property until we move all our stuff out. Oh, okay, I totally understand. Tell me more about that, right? Well, there was a leak in the roof and it caused a little bit of damage. Okay, great. Tell me more about that. Well, we're thinking about selling because I've let my daughter live in the property and she hasn't paid any rent to me, and I can't afford the property anymore and it's going into pre-foreclosure. Oh my gosh, tell me more about that. It is so powerful. It opens it up, right? It doesn't just let it be surface level. It goes deep. It goes deep into the conversation. It goes deep into what is actually going through their mind. Use it all the time. It's powerful. All right, next, you told me. This seems very simple, but when you remind them or reiterate what they told you, they feel like they're actually being listened to. You told me you wanted to get your money in 45 days. Is that right? Yes. You told me that if you got $245,000 for this property, you would sell it tomorrow, right? Yes. You told me. It's anchoring down what they're telling you, right? It doesn't let them get wishy-washy. And remember, a lot of people that are in distressed situations, they're not great at making decisions. They kind of flip-flop all over the place. So when you remind them of what they told you, 1, it confirms that you're actually listening, but 2, it really anchors down the different things that they're telling you on the way to making the decision on signing the purchase agreement. Absolutely powerful. Number 4, can you catch me up to speed about your plans for this property? Right? This is great when you have phone prospectors or VAs sending you leads, or you're getting leads from text message marketing, or maybe you have people out there that are sending you these opportunities, but you really don't know how to help out. Maybe it's a JV situation, or somebody's trying to squat up with you on a lead. And so this is a great way to be able to open that question up. You know, catch me up to speed about what your plans are for this property. Right? All of a sudden now they're telling you it's open-ended, and you get a really good idea of what's happening with that property. By the way, guys, if you're getting value out of this, hit that subscribe button. And to say thank you for that, here is a hilarious pufferfish. The last one. I love this one. This was created by one of my favorite people on the planet, Julie Rotfold. And Julie was my acquisition manager for so long, and she is absolutely incredible. She's working with her son Luke Rotfold at Viking Real Estate, and they crush. They do millions and millions in deals, but I can't compete with family, so she's working with him. It's absolutely incredible, but this is what she would say all the time. This is how she pulled out the price like 90% of the time that she asked this question. Every seller we've talked to has a magic number in mind for their property, right? If they get that number, they would sell. What's that number? One, it makes them feel like, oh, well, if every property owner acts like this and responds like this, I better too. It's just a natural thing psychologically. When we talk to property owners, they have a magic number in mind. And if they can get that number, they're ready to sell. So I'm just wondering, what's that number for you? Right? If you're having trouble pulling the price out of the property owner, this is a great script to use to be able to really start pulling them in, really get an idea, right? They're like, well, the magic number, I'm gonna shoot high. I'm gonna shoot for whatever I can. You know, I'm gonna throw out something here. It at least lets you know where their high end is. And then you can start working the expectations if it's just too high. But it also lets you know, are they really at that point where they're gonna sell? Have they really made the decision they're gonna sign the deed and sell that property to somebody else, right? Because if they're like, you know what, I don't really have a magic number in mind, I've never really thought about it, whatever, you know, I'm not really sure, then you know that you gotta either do a lot more work there, or you just gotta throw that lead away and move on to a hotter lead. All right, here are the 5 scripts I want you to implement into your business. This is what the best closers use. Use it. You've got this. You're absolutely powerful. You can go out there and do anything you want financially if you pick up the phone and you talk to enough people. Because the fact is, the more people you talk to, the luckier you are. Thank you for watching. I love you. See you next time.